You might as well with these other pieces I got.
Hello everyone, this is Calvin Gastine. It's April 10th, 1990 at 3:02 p.m. We're here at Dragoon's Farm Equipment in Moores for the annual open house. We'll be turning the microphone over to Mr. Bob Venne for a little tour of the facilities here.
We're in the computer room here at Dragoon's Farm Machinery, and we're looking at a picture on the wall that is dated April the 10th, 1953. That's when this business was started. That's 54, I beg your pardon. I guess that's the first. No, that is 53. That's not the first year. It's the grand opening, same building that you see here, and then Mr. Dragoon here and Paul Conover. That's Jack's father, Floyd, and that was their first the grand opening. And now we're back here today in just west of the village of Moores. We're still in the village limits, and we're here to celebrate their 37th anniversary. And we're going to be meeting Jack and some of his family here in a few minutes, the Farm Machinery family. There's some pictures here. There's Jack right here. You can't see him very well. Paul Conover, Floyd, and Ruth Higgins. Great memento here in the facility. Since then, it's grown quite a bit. They've expanded into Canton, New York, where there's another operation. So there's two parts of this, and we'll hear more about that from Jack in just a minute. With the endeavor of Hometown Cable to keep you abreast of what's happening in our complete area, we're privileged to have Jack Dragoon with us here, the owner, or I should say president, of your Farm Machinery Incorporated, Dragoon's Farm Machinery in Moores, New York. And they're having their open house, their 37th anniversary, Jack?
That's correct.
Tell us about it. Every year you've had it?
Well, we usually have it every 2 years, but last year we had it, but this year we got an introduction of a new Maxim tractor. There's 3 different models. Also, we got a complete new garden line, Cub Cadet, which is to see to the people, to see what is available in the new process of farming and gardening. They're a complete change in them. And we figured this year we should have another open house. But it usually runs every 2 years.
But you had it last year.
I had it last year.
You have it again
in Moores plus in Canton, New York.
Okay, let's talk about that now. Behind us, you see a picture, and that's a picture of the location here. I think you told me about 5 years ago.
That's right.
Right. The farm machinery was set back because they were having your celebration here.
Our Labor Day celebration. We usually empty the yard out for they can use the cars to park on.
Okay.
Labor Day, they have a big crowd here. That's our main event. For the fire department, which we have every Labor Day, of course, they need lots of parking, so we try to help them out as much as we can.
And the fire department is right across the street. Calvin can probably get that. Calvin's on the camera, and my name is Bob Venne here with Jack, and you see the volunteer fire department across the street. And you see all kinds of awards, and I've been looking, there must be 15, 20 or more awards outside the wall, up and down, all around the doorway. And this location that you see on my right here is the Dragoon Farm Equipment Incorporated building and facility in Canton, New York, which you opened about how long ago?
1984.
1984. And who's the manager there? Who's operating?
Well, we have 2. There's Roger McBath and Vern Weston operates that, and we have 4 other employees up there.
Okay, so no one in your family is physically there?
Not at this time. My youngest son was there, and he didn't care for it too much, so he left about 3 years ago from it.
Okay. Your youngest son, is that Wayne?
Scott.
Scott. There's Scott, Wayne, and Gary, huh?
And daughter Jennifer.
Jennifer, and she's married to?
No, she's 15.
She's 15. She's not married yet.
Better not be, or she'd be in trouble.
Okay, so are these separate businesses, or is it one corporation for both?
It's one corporation.
One corporation.
But we keep everything separately. With the computer we have today, everything's kept separately, so we know what's going on.
Big change from when your dad started this, huh?
Yeah. Pardon?
Just get around. We'll get to the camera.
This part right here was here when I took over in '65. There's this building here, and there was this shed. There's 1,950 feet back there, about 3,500 feet when I took over. Which a few years I added a shed in the back.
These here, yep.
Yeah, this half part. That's 100 by 50, 5,000 square
Yeah.
feet. Then we added the garage on. This was the next procedure, 110 feet by 30 feet. And then our next move was another building in the back. Then a few years later, this 1,900-foot building was up here, and we moved Francis Menard screw, moved it back here, and then we added another 64 feet there.
Okay, now you own land over here.
Right.
Nothing back here, I take it.
No.
So if you were going to expand more, if that were the idea with the boys coming up, you would be on this side probably?
Well, they're after me. We're in the process right now, seeing how the economy goes and everything. Farming hasn't been that great over the last few years. It's looking a little better. One minute the price is up, then they take a little bit away, and it's quite a game to follow. But if the way it looks right now, there's possibility 60 feet going on wide, possibility 125 feet more.
From in the front, huh? Right
That's
across
right.
the front. Okay, let's.
Excuse me a minute,
Yeah.
but this operation here is similar to the farms today. Instead of having cows needing bigger facilities for the size of them, farm tractors when I took over, we had Super Cs and a lot smaller tractors. And today you can look outside and there's some pretty good sized tractors.
I believe.
And we, to put machinery together and to tear tractors if we do have to. Not very often we have to tear them apart, but occasionally we do.
Mm-hmm.
We have them out 30 years or longer out in the field. And it's just not quite big enough facilities for our operation today at this time.
Okay, let's just get a break here for a second, and we'll be right back to you. Okay, we're back in under the picture from the opening day of 1953, April the 10th. And Jack, the business was started by your father,
That's right, back
Floyd Dragoon.
Floyd E. Dragoon.
Floyd E. Dragoon.
Yeah.
And he operated, you said, for how long as active in the business here?
From 53 to 1965.
And that's when you took
I
over.
took over in 65, so it's 25 years
Yep.
this year that I've had the business.
It's your 25th. Okay, now, your dad, before he came here in the farm machinery business, in 53, did he have any business somewhere else?
Well, yeah, quite a few. The former mayor of the village here, he was former fire chief, he was a plumber. He used to do a lot of work with the Western Condensing in Champlain. He used to travel all over. One of the fellows with him, as you can see in the picture, is Paul Conover. He used to work for
Right here,
him,
yes.
which is from the Champlain. He used to work for Father quite a bit. He used to do a lot so for Western, and matter of fact, he used to go to Canada, Chateauguay, and farther up west, Hubleton. He used to be in the whey business. So he did do quite a bit there.
Your primary over the years has been the International Harvester.
That's
And
correct.
now it's Case International?
Case IH.
Case IH. Now, my stepfather, Lyman Castine, knew your dad well. He's come to the house and selling his equipment and so. Your dad is very well known through here. Before he came here, he was well known, but not as far away. He's had a lot of advertising over the years. There's some other people here that were very important. I think you were mentioning to me.
Right.
Irwin Higgins.
Yes, he worked for Father. He was didn't work too much up here in the business, but he would quite a bit in the Western with him and plumbing. Of course, his father was a plumber. He did quite a bit of plumbing around. Also, we had a couple farms, and he used to help him there too.
And William LaForest.
Bill LaForest, he just retired from Shazy as my mechanic down there 2-3 years ago.
And a real young Jack Dragoon right here. And that's this Jack Dragoon. Still young. You're still young.
Not
Yes.
a little bit.
Yes, you're
Not
still
quite as heavy, but still as good looking. And
Okay. Go ahead.
the next fellow,
Oh, okay.
Gene Rebidoux. Up to 2 years ago, he put 35 years in this business here. Very devoted.
Great. That's
Yeah.
great. Most of your employees have been here for a while.
Yep. Right now, I think we have probably the best bunch of mechanics and boys, well, bookkeeper and everybody else. And it takes everybody pulling together.
How many people do you have working
11.
here?
Right.
Now, is Keith Hogle still here?
No, he retired about a couple of years ago.
He did, huh?
He came over from Champlain. I think it was about 13 years.
Keith's a great asset. I used to go to him when we had a problem when he worked for the Champlain Hardware for many years. And all right, now you have the case. Is it Case Tractor plus International? Or are they?
They're combined.
They're called the Case IH. Any of them?
Case IH.
And what colors are they?
Well, you can see
all red.
Pretty much red.
Okay. The Case used to be the orange. My father had them.
Then white, but
okay.
Red is the color, and most of the machinery today is mostly former all IH plus their new line of stuff.
What other line of merchandise do you handle? Any other brand that International don't or Case IH don't have?
Well, we handle H&S, fudge boxes and spreaders. We handle Brilliant, tillage line, grass seeder. Let's see, we have Corey wagons.
Are you into barn cleaners or anything like that? You don't get into that,
no. Huh? Father did way back, but kind of time, we just got, you can do just so much and try to do a better job on machinery and taking care of it.
Now, many people are using tractors for their lawns, and you got a big assortment of lawn tractors out front. That is a growing item for you?
Very much so. For example, Kelvin's been up here getting in my pocketbook quite a bit over the years. But anyway, in 1960, Cub Cadet was by IH. IH made it. MTD bought out Cadet when Harvester was in trouble about 7 years ago, roughly. And they've improved it. And of course, being just a Cub Cadet, they can spend more time in having better product, where International, you're in the crawler business. Back then, you were in the truck business and farm machinery. I think they've done a lot better job. Plus, Gary takes care of most of the Cub Cadet line. We had tough luck this last year. All U.S. and Canada, he came in 101. If he'd have been 100th place, one more tractor, he could have won a free trip with his wife to Hawaii. So that was kind of disappointing.
Yes.
But that's the way it goes.
Right. Well, he had a good night Sunday night. We didn't see you in Shazy Sunday night. We had a terrific ball game in the Hometown Cable second annual tournament. As a matter of fact, he was chosen player of the game. I don't know if he told you that. I don't know if he knew it, but
doesn't tell me too
he
much.
was. He had a great game. He had 22 points and 19 rebounds. They lost the game in the last 4 to 5 minutes.
Ran out of steam.
They ran out of steam, absolutely. They had 8 players against 11 from Rouse's Point, and they ran out of steam, no question about it. But he had a marvelous game. And he was, from the losing team, was chosen the player of the game. He's outstanding.
I see, back then if you look up and see the trophies on the wall, I was the bowler back then.
You were the bowler, yes.
Now he's playing, I was up here until 9:30 Sunday night, getting caught up on paperwork and being prepared for this open house. But
I know.
He was playing basketball.
Okay, we used to see you in Champlain play. Now, a couple things have happened in your own life. For instance, one, you're in that new house of yours on the River Road, right?
Yep.
River Road, they call it, La Valley Road, whichever. How are you making out in the new home?
Well, so far very good. There's only one problem I'm going to be kind of scared about is our school taxes. And I think I wish I had more time, because I'm more than willing would like to be on the board, because there's some places I think money can be saved. And I myself, I think, is probably one of the heaviest taxpayers in this town.
No question about that.
And I don't see how older people, first you gotta get close. So first chance, if I did have the time, I would be on the board, because I'm sure there's dollars can be saved. One time I was to a meeting, they say, get out to your meetings. Well, I was there, and they pretty much just laugh at you, what suggestions you have. I said, you got to run this place like a business. They kind of laugh. You don't have to. Well, I got news for them. You see what happened to Harris. The same thing happened with IH. And I don't think the place is run like it should be.
Well, just get a break here for a second, and we'll be right back with more with Jack in just a moment. Well, we're back at our tax meeting. No, Jack, we didn't mean to get into taxes, but the reassessments have caused some problems, as you know. Let me ask you, do you watch Hometown Cable?
Oh, yes.
You get we see your ads on there, of course, regularly, and hear your son's voice, and it's a great, we hope that, what do you got to say about Hometown Cable? Has it helped you?
Oh, I'm sure it has. We're pulling people in from the community, probably, that doesn't know we're here or know what kind of a product we've got, or the facilities, or lots of places to sell this stuff, but they don't take care of it after they sell it.
And people are very happy to see that you're sponsoring this local programming, that you can see things like this today. You can see the basketball games, you can see the town meetings and so forth, you know. And that shows that you're not just doing it for advertising alone. You're promoting the community. Like when you're... Now, talk back to your father again. He's not here today, I don't think, right?
No, first time he's missed. I don't know, see how many years, but he's been mixing the pancakes for every year since we've been having this. And he surely's missed not being here. People's asking about him. His health is not too good.
Well, we can show him the tape later when it comes on. All right, is there anything else you want to mention on here about the business or your dad or any of the people?
Well, the only thing is, back when I took over, I had a good break taking it over. Of course, I better mention my mother too. She's out there.
Oh gosh, yes, we'll see her.
Out there.
Okay.
And, can't, you know, every year they don't make them like that. Today they're pretty rugged. They're always on the go. They got to do something, which is appreciated.
You know, even after my father died, my mother was on the farm. She had to come to your open house here. She felt like it was like coming home, she said, you know, and she really appreciated it. And this is a big doings, really, you know.
Oh.
And it's free besides. That's the biggest part.
Well,
free for us, not for you.
Especially these times. But when we started off, when we did international, it used to cost us 50 cents a serving. When they got done, they would count the plates. And that's how we paid by. But I think today it's probably a little bit more than 50 cents a plate. Plus I had to furnish the sausage if we wanted.
Some of this paid for by international casing? No, it's all Dragoons, right?
All
it's Dragoons, all right.
These companies today, is like to get back to the school. They should be like them. They take care of what's necessary, and that's it. The rest is out of us. And
okay. How have things changed in these 25 years since you've been here? What are the biggest things that you notice different, except for the computers?
Yeah, about $70,000 tied up in computers. When I bought this place, I got it at the right price. Outside there's one tractor that sells for more than I paid for the whole business and automobiles and buildings and stock and everything. So the price of machinery, it's like everything else, has gone up. Farmers, you know, got bigger. They need bigger equipment. And more, you know, we got air conditioner and stereo and about everything you can want.
Yes, I know it. Yes, it's like driving a car.
Yeah.
Well, all right, we're going to go outside and look at one of these big tractors and maybe see and go into the dining room where you're serving at least.
Yes, we got, you know, mention the mechanics and the parts people.
Okay, you can point them out to us. Okay.
Of course, there's Scarlett there. She does what she likes the best, play with paper.
There she is. Look, she's smiling. Yes.
She's the only one around that's in pretty good shape. She's got a recipe she should tell you about. One year that everybody was, there was a drawing.
Well, let's go here and let's go talk about that. You want to tell us about this free fry, this recipe? Tell us about that.
Oh, it's a real good recipe for chicken.
For chicken?
Yeah, you don't go away and leave your house and not shut your stove off.
I guess there's more to that we're going to hear about, right, Jack?
Yeah, that's not enough of it.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the other office, just adjacent to the computer office, and just outside here, we'll look at the. If Calvin can probably come through here. We're out in the repair department where you're getting your supplies and parts, and you can see a lot of people out in here gathered, and the employees behind, and there's 3 computer screens for the mainframe out here where they can order parts, check what they got left. They can do the billing from here. And up on top are the small tractors, the toy type things that they've had over the years. And then around the trophies, probably it's a lot of bowling up there, Jack. The trophies are bowling, car racing.
Mostly all bowling. That's back when I was in my prime.
That's when you were bowling, huh?
The boys are taking over now, but they still got a long ways to catch up.
I see.
Some of them are my wife's too.
Okay.
She's been a pretty good bowler or inspiration over the years also.
Yeah. We see some of the family back there, and
Yeah.
and actually all your 13 employees here are 11 are all part of the family, really. That's your Dragoon family here.
Well, not all of them. We got
But I mean, they're part of your overall family. If you use the word very broadly,
Right.
you know, they're the family of Dragoon equipment.
this is Gilbert, the first one on parts. Second son Wayne. He's the head of the garage part. The youngest son Scott, we're trying to get him back in the groove. A little rusty, but he's catching on.
Okay, and when you look around behind Calvin here, if Calvin can show around, I see there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There must be 20 different plaques here for various things. I've seen the fire department and other plaques here, both for the family and for the company.
Them plaques are all tickets I sold from the fire department.
And
There's a couple of playing cards being championed and that too, but you can see them cards. Them are tickets I've sold, and you add them all up. There's quite a few dollars worth of prizes money I collected for the fire department, which I've been in 35 years.
So overall, how are you feeling?
Well,
You're getting around, but you're not
around.
bowling.
Well, I'm just a sub, but next year I'll be back. I've had a little bit of knee problem, but
Did you have surgery on your knee?
telescopic surgery. Also, I've lost the vision in one eye. I can't see straight ahead out of the right eye, but I can make out figures good enough to still do a little business.
You can still make $1 here and there?
It's hard.
Your dad is
Very hard, but we try.
Did you ever think that if you just got the business from all the cast irons in the county, that you could make a darn good living? Did you ever think of that?
Well, over the years, they've owned quite a few red tractors.
They sure have. Yes, they have. Okay, we're going to go out and look at some of those red tractors just about right now.
We have ventured outside where Wayne Dragoon is moving one of the big pieces of equipment here, the big case IH 7110. We're going to move it around so we can get a better angle on it.
We're out in the back building, and Wayne Dragoon is in one of the 7110 case internationals, and he moved around so you can see it better from the side, and we can get the back view on this big one. This is the biggest tractor you have, Jack?
No, this is 135 horsepower. The one over on the other end is 195 horse.
This one? You mean further?
Further around the
Further
corner.
around the corner, which we don't see now. Okay, Wayne's coming out, and you can see that inside of there's radio, air conditioner, no television. You can't have a television.
No, that's next on the
Stereo,
agenda.
everything, right?
Wayne will go through the procedures.
Okay.
This is his line right here, and I'm sure he'll do a good job telling you.
Let's come on over here, Wayne. We'll talk to you here. And you can tell me, as we're looking up here, what we're looking at. Go ahead, take the mic.
Well, this is a Case IH Magnum tractor, 7110. It's 135 horsepower. Has an 18-speed power shift transmission in it, and a 4-speed reverse.
Now let's stop right there. Let me ask you a question about the 18 speeds. You have to shift it?
Just move the lever, but you don't have to use the clutch.
Okay,
You can
you move
shift
it
it without-
18 times?
18 times without the clutch. 18 different gears forward. And you got 4 in reverse.
That's for any crops you want, some speeds you got to go certain miles per hour of your planting or of your chopping.
Okay, so you may not use the whole 18 all the time.
Right.
You may stop at 10 or 12, depending
Right.
on speed. Okay, go ahead, continue.
Well, it's got a 505 cubic inch engine in it. Develops the horsepower. It's got real fuel economy tractor. It's got a 28 gallon per minute hydraulic pump. You got a lot of hydraulic capacity there. This model here's got Rice and Cane tires on it. Got a full rack of weights in the front.
That is the weights up front in the middle?
Right.
Black thing, that's what I was going to ask.
And these tractors here, they've got a 5-year, 5,000 hour warranty on them, so they're been very dependable for us so far.
So it keeps track of the time when you're running it on something inside?
Oh yeah, you got an hour meter
You got
inside.
an hour meter.
The cab.
And it burns gas or
Diesel fuel.
diesel fuel?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's got a hydraulic seat in it too. A few extra luxuries.
All right, we ask you the big question. What's the book price, or should I say, what is the first big price on that thing?
Well, this one here sells for around 72,000, I guess.
72,000, huh? And then this isn't your biggest. Your biggest tractor will go up to how?
Right now, right now, this one on the other side is 195
195,
horsepower.
right?
That there is right around 95,000 with duals on.
Uh-huh.
We just sold the Rado Farm Larry Brooks a 9110, which is bigger than this yet.
Bigger than that one?
Oh yeah, these are still small ones. They go right up to right up in the high 300s and probably up in the 400s in the Steiger line, which Case IH just bought out Steiger a few years back.
When you said dual wheels, that means you got 4 wheels in the back?
That's
on that
correct.
one? I can't see it from here. Okay. Now that isn't usual, though, right? You don't usually get 4 wheels in the back?
Well, all depends the situation they're in. And if you're down in the clay land, you need more traction, and you can have all the horses you can have, but if you haven't got the traction, the horses doesn't do any good. So it's probably 50%. But as you see now, the dual wheels, for example, we had a bunch of us. There's 13 of us just went out to Wisconsin, out to where these tractors are all made. We've seen them made right from the casting, the molding of the engines, right straight through to the assembly line when they're all done. Cabs put on them, the front wheels, and 75% are 4-wheel drives today. Compared from years ago, you didn't hear of a 4-wheel drive.
You say 13 of you. What do you mean, 13 different dealers?
No, sir.
From here?
Myself
And your people?
and one manager from Canton, and the rest were all farmers. Local farmers. This is one thing that Case IH did pick up quite a bit of. They paid for all the room. They paid $200 towards the airfare. The rest, Dragoon's Farm Equipment picked up.
Terrific.
But they were well amazed. As inside, there's 2-3 right there that has been out to the plant to see how these tractors, why they cost the money that they are today. You never would believe what goes through making a tractor until you're out to that assembly line and see the millions of dollars which is spent.
You mentioned inside as we were leaving, there were some Canadians at your counter, right?
That's
Do you
correct.
sell a lot of these into Canada?
Well, we don't sell a great, but 1-2 a year. We regular customers that come over. Matter of fact, there's one was from Vermont that when we walked out, he's bought a 7120 Magnum.
Yeah.
One of these tractors right here, 7110s, is going the other side of the Malone to Martin and Sage. And we just sold Miners Institute one similar to this right here. It'll be coming in sometime this month. They've upgraded from a 2-wheel to a 4-wheel also.
All right, let me ask you. You don't have to answer this because I'm asking you a very. How many tractors of this size could you sell can you expect to sell in a year, approximately? Is that a question?
Be nice if we could sell 50, but
Yeah, what you can.
no. For example, this Magnum class we sold 8 last year.
Okay.
This year so far we sold 4, and in that size range, that's not too bad of a percentage for as the overall market what is sold.
Right. How wide of an area do you cover with your dealership? I mean, where's the nearest one south of here?
Well, south you got to go pretty near down to Salem, which is probably 185 miles
There's
from
nothing
here.
in Plattsburgh? There's nothing
No.
down there at all?
No.
Wait, that far? And west, the next one is Canton? Is that you?
That's
Nothing in Malone?
87 miles, right?
You've got the whole northeast of New York State pretty well covered.
I've seen roughly 14 to 15 dealers in Clinton County, go up through to Franklin County, up through to Watertown. I've seen about 14 dealers go out since I've been in business myself. So that's to show you
Yeah.
farming is going, there's a low percentage,
Yeah.
but also dealerships are few. And
How many tractors of this size can you keep on hand? Can you keep any more than a couple normally?
well, we have had 4 or 5. You know, they're all right to have on hand, but when they come due,
Oh, yes, yes.
you gotta go to see the friendly banker.
Now, also, of course, the average farmer can't use a tractor this size. So what's your most popular tractor size to sell? What's the one?
Well, between 75 to 95 horse, but today everybody's got to have pretty near, if you're chopping and hard going, you've got to have a 100 horsepower tractor.
Okay, and this 75 you're talking about, or 80, what's the price range in a tractor like that?
Well, you got so many different ways you can go. You can go
Okay.
2-wheel, 4-wheel, cab, down cab, axle, flange axle, hub axles, dual hydraulics.
Let's say minimum.
Well, 30,000, 35.
Okay. So we're talking, when you get into one of these tractors, you're talking more than the average person pays for his home. In these tractors here, you know, into 70s, 80s. In this range, there aren't many houses that sell for more, that are being sold at this time. People's houses have appreciated, but they don't sell. You're talking a lot of money in this a big item on your farm and all the other equipment you have.
Well, that's what they sell for, but I didn't tell you what the farmer ends up paying.
No, I didn't ask that.
Because we can,
let him come in and find out. We want you to come in and find out what you'll sell them for,
between
right?
company programs and everything else, we have to get the price
So
down.
we don't want to scare them off. We want to let them know what a good deal they're getting when they do come in, see?
We're negotiable.
You're negotiable. Okay. And you're negotiable too, eh?
Sure.
You betcha. All right. Is there anything else you want to cover in here? This room is for what? This is
Wow.
a lot of pails here. What are these items here?
To buy parts right, it's a little messy there with open house. We've had to do a lot, so the weather hasn't been cooperative with us. We have to buy oil in tractor trailer loads to be able to sell it cheaper. For example, this oil probably sells $5 a pail cheaper than it did 5 years ago, but due to the fact we have to buy in quantity. We have to, you know, there's probably $8,000 just in this one truckload, and there's probably
All oil, this whole corner, right?
as you can see inside, there's carrying it out by the pailful pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
There's wheel harrow, as you can see, discs right there. We have to buy all that in quantities just to be able to sell right. Plowshares, we don't have room inside, we have to put it outside here. So,
Now, what is this building usually used for? Is there repair work out here done at all?
no.
It's storage? Mostly storage.
Mostly storage, and we started to put for used parts, but they got away with us, and this is why we got to add on more to get more of this stuff inside.
Right. So how long has Wayne been with the company here? Back to back here, Wayne.
I'll let Wayne do the talking.
He's up and coming. How long have you been with Dragoons? I don't mean when you were in school. We're going to get your age now.
I've been working here full time for 11 years now.
Okay. I see some grandkids on the wall in there. Whose are those?
Well, I've got two boys,
Okay,
Mark
you got
and
two
Danny.
boys. I think they were in the picture by themselves up
Yeah.
there. I saw that in the office. Okay. And I just met your daughter. She was just back from school. Met her inside. So I guess we've seen Scott. Is Scott here today?
Yeah, he's the one I introduced. He's
behind
behind
the
the counter too.
They're all in here today, and you're having a good turnout today in this
So
bad
far,
weather anyway, huh?
Well, 11 o'clock I was in the garage. I haven't been there since 11. I don't know what time it is right now, but
And the wife and mother are out there, and the aunt also cooking pancakes?
yeah, we're breaking them well. To keep going in this operation, everybody has to go.
And you're open till 7 tonight?
7 tonight.
We can't invite you because by the time you see this, it's going to be long gone. But don't forget, in a couple of years, there'll be another one.
Well, if everything goes well. We used to go to 9 o'clock, and we used to have the band come in at 9. We used to go to 1, so we're slowing down.
Okay, now, even if you don't have open house, and you come in and you're going to buy something, he'll take you out for a hamburger anyway. But you got to buy something, right?
Well, all depends.
All right. It's raining pretty hard out here now. I've even got one of their coats on. I didn't want to get that other coat I had all wet, so we're using one of somebody's coats for inside.
Probably one of the reps. The company reps have been pretty good. We have probably half a dozen inside from company. The fellows drove up to Syracuse and farther than that. One's out from Buffalo. And so, you know, it's nice to have them coming around and ask questions. Anybody's got some different questions or what have you if we run in trouble and stuff.
Okay, Jack, we're going to run, and Wayne, we're going to run in and see some of the pancakes being made and get out of this inclement weather and get you people inside before you catch cold. While we're still out here, you mentioned that one of these tractors, I believe the 7110, is 135 horsepower.
That's correct, Bob.
What was the average horsepower back, let's say, when you started in 1965?
Well, H's were about 27 horsepower, C's were 20, A's were 17, Cub was 7.
See, I was brought up on a farm, but I didn't talk much about horsepower. And you see tractors when you go by, the old-style tractors, and they were less than 50 then, right?
Oh, that says,
and how many, if you were plowing, how many fur plows could that drag, this 7110?
there were 5.
5, no problem?
Pretty easy, 6 some places, but get down near the lake, maybe 4 or 5 is, all depends your soil, your clay and what kind of ground, and it makes a big difference.
Okay, but so this would take care of most farmers in this area? What is one of your big users, who is one of your biggest customers in the area, if I can ask you?
Well,
Or name a customer, one of the closer ones.
You said Castine.
Okay,
well, there's
Castine.
Harold and Bobby Castine.
Okay.
They got about a 350 horsepower tractor pulling, I think it's eight bombs and 32-foot wheel harrows.
Okay, that's my Uncle Edgar. Edgar's
Edgar.
farm down in the Shazy Landing. Okay.
Then there's Harold and Bob. Then there's the Castine boys. Curly were the big barn.
Yes.
They've got some big equipment. And the radio farm back here, I sold a lots of machinery to, and he's one of the biggest. They're the biggest customers. They've really grown like over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Bought up other land and rent land from other farmers.
there's
gone out.
The less in number, but they're bigger in size.
Take from here to Champlain or Ross's Point to the lake. There's not too many left on
No, there's
our
not.
route.
No, there's not. You ever work on a farm?
Well, back in 10, 12 years old.
Did you ever drive a tractor on the farm and do work with it rather than try to sell it?
Oh, I started on the 1020.
You did?
Steel
Okay.
wheel.
Okay. I remember the old Cub used to be one of their small tractors. It wasn't for lawn, That was as you mentioned, that was a popular little tractor. I remember my first tractor my father had, he bought new, was a Case. We lived here in Moores up on that, the Giroux farm where Ronald Trombley lives now on the River Road, and paid $2,000, and he thought that was an awful lot of money. And we went to Shazy after and bought a farm for $6,500. That's how things have changed on a farm over the years. What would you say the average farmer, not a big farmer, an average farmer would have in total equipment on his farm?
Boy, it's hard to tell.
Can he get away with 100? No.
100?
200?
Well, you better go up to 500,000 probably.
We're talking lots of money. So when you hear that the farmers are getting $12 and $13 for their milk, they need it to pay for this equipment. It's not all profit.
No, they need more than that, to pay your taxes and your lights and insurance and time, all your other fringe benefits comes out. It adds up pretty much.
Okay, now we're going to go inside and get out of this weather. It's awfully funny to see politicians at a dinner after elections. There's no election going on in here. Let's give us your name. Harold Jubert, Shazy, Art Lefay, Town of Blacksburg. Yes. Another politician right here, Jack.
There's the man that makes the difference right here, Jack Dragoon. The mayor of Moores.
No. Supervisor bad enough.
Here's a retired supervisor right here from last year.
Oh,
after
Dad.
18 years, 25 years into politics, 28 years.
28, right, yeah.
28 years into politics.
Art's been in what, 20? I've been 26 years.
26 years, huh?
Jack's been in what, 20?
I'm just a beginner, only 14 years. Going on 16.
He's just a junior.
And they can still smile. You see, when there's something whenever there's something for nothing, here they come. LaFave and Super. See that?
Especially when there's good food. I'll go. I'll follow the good cook anytime.
That's Republicans' pancakes he's up here to get Bob.
Did you get L.B. Jubert's equipment back there when he was in farming?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes,
I
huh?
sold a lot. So, Harold there, quite a few.
I guess he did through the years.
If you got to Jubert, L.B. and family in Toyota, the others followed those people. He was a leader for many, many years, whatever L.B. did.
They squeezed that nickel, but once I got it, it was there.
Okay, we're in the garage now, and you see the pancakes being cooked up here. And what can you tell us about this in here?
Well, as you can see, we're set up pretty good. We got Chris Boris. He's one of the mechanics. We get also free volunteers that like to help Rainy Revenue, past fire chief of Moores. And the little fellow, the only one I can get to keep up to me and eating these pancakes is Steve Menor.
Oh, he's here?
Oh, yes, he comes there, volunteers services, and Luann, Gary's wife, also is on the grill. If you come a little bit farther, we got, this is Phelan Miner's wife, one of the mechanics. She's helping out today also. Come ahead a little bit and look inside where they're mixing. This is where the mixing is done.
He's got his hand going in.
Yeah, that's the best place. I got my brother-in-law working. Start right from the bottom, working up. Over the years, he'll get out here cooking them. Right now, we got him mixing the batter. Also, my employee, Dennis Bilo, is behind the corner. He's also helping out. Also have some sister-in-laws. Always coming and helping, serving, which is much appreciated. And it takes so much effort to keep this. Margaret's sister's Doris.
There's between 35 and 40 people in here right now eating. as we look around, I just made a very fast count.
Yeah, and this is kind of late in the afternoon too. It'll be more later on, and it's been a lot busier. We're set up with 4 grills. Right now they've only got 3 going, but without this help, that also deserve a lots of credit, because these boys work quite a few nights, evenings, early mornings just to get prepared for this, because you don't just walk in the garage and expect it to be ready.
No.
And without their help, I would forget it.
I remember back when John Ryan had he had IH dealership, right, in
Saranac.
Yes. I worked with his son John at Customs, and he used to go up and see my father once in a while, and as you say, they were all... What year did you first start your dinners? You remember how long after you started?
I'm sure back 65, but maybe even sooner than that. Maybe in the 60s, probably.
And you get the same people regularly?
Well, quite a few. There's lots of new ones come, and
I see you don't have any identification cards to prove you're a farmer.
well, this way here, if the food is good, I'll take credit. If it's not bad, that way there, I can just walk away. They don't know me.
Right.
No, they're doing a fine job. When you're there behind there cooking there from 11 o'clock, or they got to start at 10 until 7, 9 hours, it's rough going.
Right. And you've had a successful day, would you say? The weather, would this kind of weather give you a better crowd or not as good a crowd?
Well, I'll give you a better crowd.
Better crowd because they can't be out working.
No excuses. Farmer can't get out and work today, and we got quite a few Cub Cadet purchases. Yesterday morning, Gary sold 4 new ones just before the show, so
Right?
he's been right out.
For the show right there.
Well, probably a good start. Takes more than that, though. But
okay.
I think.
Go ahead.
Get my wife here.
Get his wife over there.
Margaret, you're wanted over here, Mr. It's not fun putting up sometime with us because our hours are pretty long. That's my mother sitting down there across from Wendell and Joan Tatro.
Right there?
Yeah.
You gotta get her, that's Mrs. there.
Yeah, she's part of the pusher in the Dragoon family. You don't keep anybody idle. Keep us going all the time.
She looks very healthy, very well.
Yeah,
They look very well.
They're tough. They don't make them like that today. She had a few problems, but she don't let on. And her father's the same way. They don't tell you nothing until you find out from somebody else.
And this is Mrs. Lefebvre and Mrs. Hubert right opposite Harold and Hart right there.
They've been always... If I look for some information in government, I have to get it following them. They're more expertise than I am.
Harold was formerly living right in the center of Scioto, and now living in the village of Shazy.
And we also have movies in the other part, as you can see. We also have some tractors in the other side because of this rain today, so that they can see. There's lots of new different type of techniques as today. But also, I got to thank the ones that helped set this up. Quite a few of firemen were here last night and helped getting tables set up and helped clean this floor.
Well, we've just captured one of the hard-working people here. And who am I talking with?
Debbie Jaquish.
All right. And from Moores?
No, I'm originally from Saranac Lake. I'm living in Altona now.
Living in Altona? Altona right now is famous for 2 things. Prisoners and Indians, and you're not either one, right?
No.
Okay. You have trouble getting home with this Indian situation we
Yeah,
had?
sometimes.
Did you have
Yep.
trouble?
Yep.
Have to stop? And you've been working here how long?
I work at Ayrton Shazy. Been here 4 years.
You're helping here?
Yep.
Oh, isn't that great?
Going with the youngest son, so this one he's breaking her in.
Okay. So you're getting close to the Dragoons here. Okay, you're breaking you in early. Okay, anything you want to ask this lady here? Ask her something on that she's going to have to answer.
Well, do you think it's this enjoyable time?
Oh yeah, I'm having a great time.
You having a great time?
Yeah.
Have you seen any more sausage as what you've seen today?
No, definitely not. And I do a lot of catering, so this beats that.
But fortunate to have help like to come here. And Gary's wife is also there cooking. There, better have her say a couple words, so that way there I don't want to get in trouble in the family.
There you go. Okay, thank you very much. One of the tall Dragoons here. See, this is Gary. We know Gary mostly from basketball, from the other night when he was picked as the player of the game when that lost, I might have to say, to Rogers Point. But how are things going today?
Good, very good. It's been busy. We've had a good turnout. But weather's bad, but we've had a good turnout.
Friendly and cheerful inside. Just talking to Luann a minute. And we were talking about children. Now, you have how many children? I saw 2 of them out there.
3 of them out there right now.
Oh, I only saw 2.
Yeah, the
2
youngest
boys.
one just came in.
Another boy?
Yeah.
3 boys. More
No.
ball.
2 boys and 1 girl.
Okay, we're going to have more Dragoons playing basketball here for the hometown cable game, the 17th annual, and they'll be able to play then. What else can you tell us about, this is how many years you've been at this type of a thing?
Oh, 15 years now.
15 years, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you find the best part of it?
Oh, just meeting the people, meeting the different types of people, and plus you get a chance to see all the different types of machinery that are available today, and it's a good learning experience.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these people you've seen year after year after year keep coming back, right? Well, Gary, I know you're busy out there. You haven't got your father, so we can go out and make some money, pay for the sausage, and you're going to go back and make some more money.
That's right.
Thanks an awful lot.
Thank you.
We're at the Dragoon Farm Equipment open house today, and you look across, you can see all the farm machinery across on the other side, and you see all the new tractors here, the Cub Cadets for your lawns. Jack was just telling us they sold 4 of these yesterday morning, and there's all sizes and shapes, and across a lot of the new and maybe some used farm equipment. Most of that is new, I believe. That whole field across next to the fire station. It's getting pretty smoky in here, burning my eyes, and I'm glad I'm not reading this, Calvin. We're looking at one of the little case Cub Cadets, case IH Cub Cadets. This is for your lawn. I guess you can have a pusher type plow, or you can use the underneath type lawn cutter. And they got a big muffler on here on the other side. It must keep this thing kind of silent. There's the engine in here. This is not one of the smaller ones, I guess. And over here, we're getting in just a little bit bigger, quite a bit bigger. You see a snow remover here, a little operation here. This is all hydraulic run. There's your engine here. That's a gas engine. And we're looking back here at the hydraulics for the front end. They can get your lawn done. This is a 10 QA. I don't know what that means. We're talking about a Case International. And then the lawnmower here is on the back, something you use around a school, for your a golf course, any big fields you have. This is all run on a power takeoff here. And now we're getting into the real big Maximas. I guess you'd call this a Maxima. And to get an idea of the size of this, here's where how big this is. And I will just get up inside, and we're on this up and down seat that goes just as nice as anything. And you're driving, this is the Maximum, MAXXUM. It keeps track of the number of hours it's been run. You've got glass all around. You can do it work in the rain if you want to. You've got air conditioning. You've got a radio. And all the hydraulic and all the levers over here. Looks like an airplane. Looks like a 727 when you get up here. I always wished that when I was on the farm years ago, when I was very susceptible to the sun, that I could have had some kind of a little umbrella even over me. I'd love to have had something like this at that time. Although the fields I used to work in, you'd hardly get started and you're ready to turn around and come back again. But we're at the Dragoon's Farm Equipment International, Case International, as we go down the steps back onto the floor. They wanted to have these outside today, but because of the weather, they're inside. This is a diesel engine, and that's about all I know about it. This is only the, all it has is the 2 tires in the back. They do have them with 4. I think Calvin got pictures of that earlier. The fan behind us is making a lot of noise, but we wanted to get something about this tractor before we close off here at the Dragoon Farm Machinery Incorporated. And if you come over here and you look at it, you can see that this is another view where you can see the whole cockpit of this much better, completely surrounded in glass. We're in one of the garages, That's a 5140, and I don't know the significance of that. But there are 3 tractors here, starting from the little lawn tractor to a bigger snow removal and big lawnmower, and then to the great big diesel engine here. Here you can see the tires on this side, and you can see all the other equipment in back. And this was started by Floyd E. Dragoon, Jack's father, and Gary and Scott and Wayne's grandfather. And it went under his ownership with the assistance of Jack until 1965, when Jack became the owner, and has been operating for the past 25 years. They're having a very successful day, and Channel 21, I should say Hometown Cable, is very pleased to be here with this continuing coverage of what's happening in your backyard and in your neighborhood. We're just leaving from the kitchen and the eating room, going back out to the parts department, and we see some hard-working younger parts of the Dragoon family, and right behind us. Go ahead. And there are people coming in, they're going to sign their names. I guess they're going to win some prizes here. They're going to pick up a balloon. That lady wants to get a red balloon, she told me. And we have these 4 people. Let's tell them who we are. Let's ask these ladies first.
I'm Rhonda Dragoon, Gary's daughter.
Gary's daughter.
And I'm Leanne Trombley. I'm Gary's daughter's best friend.
Which Trombley?
Richard.
Richard. There's a lot of Richards. I was thinking there's a Luann Trombley formerly
That's my
inside.
mother.
That's your mother,
She's
right?
my mother.
Now,
But
were
we're
you
not
not
related.
related to that
No.
Trombley? And what is your name?
Robbie.
Robbie who?
Robbie John Dragoon.
Robbie John Dragoon. All right, can I call you Robbie J?
No.
No? You know what? My name is Robert, too. Your name Robert, and they call you Robbie?
No, it's just
They,
Rob.
It
they,
just-
they call me Rob. I hate
They call you, don't like to have me called Rob? Well, we won't call this guy Rob. Don't call him Rob. You call him Robbie, right?
How you doing,
Hey,
Robbie?
hey, who gave you that haircut? That's pretty clever on the side there. Who did that?
I don't know.
Me?
Your sister?
No.
Yes, I just did it in the bathroom.
Did he? Did she? Oh, you didn't know you'd got, huh?
She just spiked it.
She spiked it? Well, why don't you look over this way and talk to me so I can see you right here. Let me see here. Oh, she spiked it. That's what they call spiking? Can you do that to gray hair?
No.
No.
That's spiked, not this.
No. Oh, that's spiking up here. What's this called?
Those are lines.
Lines. I'm afraid of lions.
Mine don't hurt you.
Huh? Lions will hurt you. Of course, they'll eat you.
Oh,
If
they
you ever
won't.
see a lion, and so will elephants. They'll trample on you.
Mine don't hurt you.
Okay.
It is fake.
Oh, okay. What's your name?
I'm Ryan Dragoon, Gary's son.
You're another. Hey, Gary's got 3 children. He's got a lot of
I'm
help.
Gary's son too.
Are you married, Robbie?
No.
Oh, no. Okay. You're also his son, huh?
Yep.
You look like your dad. Were you at that ball game the other night in Shazy?
No, I couldn't go.
You couldn't go. You were being grounded?
No.
No. It was too late?
Yeah,
It
they go
was
home
late.
at midnight.
It
so-
was late, yes, it was late. Okay, well, listen, what are you doing here anyway? What's your job here?
Door prizes.
You're giving door prizes?
Yeah, they just.
How do
sign
I
your-
get one?
You just sign your name and your phone number and put it in this box.
Do you deliver? If I win, you're going to bring it to me?
Yeah, I don't
What'll
know.
I win?
One
of
this
what?
is on the
Oh,
posters.
look at all those things I could win. An automobile, a vacuum cleaner. See? Or I can get a 7110 tractor if I want, whichever. And I can get a hydraulic jack, right, Robbie? What's it say on your hat? Magnum. Okay. And your name is, you're Trombley?
Yes.
And your best friend is that lady over there.
Yes.
Okay, where do you go to school?
Northeastern.
Northeastern.
Northeastern Clinton.
You go to school?
St. Mary's.
In Champlain?
Preschool.
I live in Champlain. You're in preschool? Do you know Rachel Belrose? You don't. You should. That's my granddaughter. She'd like you. You go to Northeastern?
Yep.
Or you go right here in town?
Northeastern.
Northeastern too. Okay, well we're talking right now. My name is Bob Venne. I'm from Champlain. I went to school in Moores many years ago.
I live in Morris.
Where do you live in Moores?
Herrick Road.
Herrick Road? Yeah.
Herrick.
Herrick Road. Do you go to school? How do you get to St. Mary's?
Mom brings me.
She brings you down there, huh? Yeah. And the rest of you take the bus, right?
No, I never.
No? How do you get to school?
I ride with my Aunt Roxy and Uncle Frank Dumas.
Oh, Uncle Frank. I know Frank, and I knew,
Frank
yes,
Dumas.
I saw Frank the other night. He was refereeing.
Yep.
Tell him he didn't do a very good job. Tell him that. Tell him I said that. All right. Well, isn't this nice to meet this generation right here? And anything you want to say before we close off? Want to say hello to anybody? They're going to watch you on television.
What?
He's trying to find out, trying to get an answer here when we're just about ready to close off. Who do you want to say hello to?
Hi, Grandma and Grandpa.
All right, Grandma and Grandpa Trombley.
Yes.
Do you know that I used to live where your Grandma and Grandpa lived? When I lived in Moores, I lived there, yes, many years ago. You want to say hello to somebody special?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Harold.
I don't
Not
know-
Harold?
I don't know any
What's
Harold.
his name?
Richard.
Oh. Well, I say your dad. Any man you want to say hello to?
No.
Any boy? Oh, okay. Who you want to say hello to?
All my friends.
All your friends. That's good. He's diplomat, that guy.
Me too.
Oh, you want to say hello to who?
Carolyn Freeman, my babysitter.
Your babysitters. Okay. Thank you very much for talking with us. That was easy, wasn't it? Okay, this is Hometown Cable. We're still at Dragoon's Farm Machinery at 4:30 p.m. and we're talking to the Dragoons and their best friend. We're back in Jack's office and we're closing out here at the Farm Machinery, Dragoon's Farm Machinery, and we're here to show you what this is all about. All these people are working, all this operation is going for one main thing. It's the next generation, and there they are on the wall. These are the grandchildren and the children of Jack and his wife, I forgot her first name, and Mr. and Mrs. Dragoon's family here. And don't forget this one right here in my hand.
My picture up there.
And this man right here that's been smiling and been very helpful to us, very gracious to be here. Jack, thank you very much for letting us come in and for...
Before you go, I got one other picture to show you here.
All right. We're going to go see it.
Now there. Toby, you want to come in here a minute? There, as you can see, this is guess who, Bob?
Toby.
No,
Toby
no.
brought his picture when he came here.
No,
Mr. I.H.
doesn't come.
Can I? Oh, yes, I can see. I can see the smile. I can see the smile there.
Oh, that smile, don't smile too much.
That's good. What year was this?
Eh? Well,
Tell me how old you are rather than... And they don't
put
ever
it,
know
put
how
it
old
this
you are.
way, it's over 50.
Over 50, right here. So this is where it started, and this behind us we just looked at is what it's going to. And again, as we close out, here's the picture. And we'd like to thank Jack and the whole Dragoon family for being here. This has been Bob Venne on the mic, Calvin with the camera. And the last word?
Can I introduce one last fellow?
Sure, right here.
This is Toby Morrison. He's with Case IH, so he's one I have to put up with the company.
Okay, where are you out of, Toby?
I work out of, or I live in Syracuse, New York. I work out of Toronto, or Burlington, Ontario.
Out of Canada?
Right. That's where our area office is.
None of this equipment is made in Canada.
Yes.
Is it?
Oh,
Is
yes.
that right?
Yeah, quite a bit. Most of the tillage and a lot of the hay and forage comes out of Hamilton, Ontario.
Okay, that's duty free, right? The farm machinery is coming in.
Well,
duty-free?
it's handled. You know, it doesn't come in with duty charges against it.
Okay. It's handled, you say?
Yeah, we handle it as a company. It's handled within because this. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but because he is the final consumer coming across here, as far as for him being a retailer, the duty is handled.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of duty permits and everything else like that. We have a whole staff that handles that.
Okay, and I had asked him earlier, where are you, else do you have locations? The nearest one here, he said, is down in Massachusetts, in Salem, Massachusetts? Salem, New York.
Salem, New York.
Nearest one south, and west, how far?
West would be Canton, New York, which
That's
is
his own, though,
which
right?
is his own, right?
Yes.
And then Adams Center or Lowville, New York.
The other side of Watertown.
And then, of course, right across the lake in St. Albans, Vermont, and then down to Middlebury, Vermont.
Okay. Have you had a successful day?
Always a successful day at Moore's.
He didn't say anything about the Dragoons, he said at Moore's. Did you notice
Well,
that? You heard that?
Is there any,
Moore's is the Dragoons, right?
For us, Dragoons is Moore's.
Okay. Oh, he's a diplomat.
I have to order another 2 tractors. These are also, I don't know if you can just hit it there, these are all company reps that's outside here. They're, they, as you can see, there's about 8, 9. These represent Woodhouse and Swantac and, Hubler and Tudor and Jones, and as you can see, their Cub Cadet rep is out here, so they all get right out and help us out and getting out pretty good. We also have the service rep from Case IH talking to my assistant manager, Phelan Miner. Then, as you can see behind the counter, I guess he left now. We have Norman Gay, which is coming in handy. He speaks French for our French Canadian customers, which helps out a lot too. So.
Okay, here's some of the old equipment right there, Calvin. Many years ago on the wall. And we'll cut it off now here in Moores, New York, with Jack Dragoon just to my left. And we saw all the grandkids and the children on the wall. And Jack, thanks again very much.
Okay, next time, let me know ahead of time. I'll be a little bit better prepared.
If you were better prepared, that means you'd talk more?
Well, I've got quite a few other things just coming up.
Thank you very much, Jack Dragoon. We're going to close it off here at 4:35. Well, I was going to sign off, but if I had, I'd have missed the opportunity to meet Jennifer Dragoon, Jack's daughter, and the only one of the family we had not talked to. You were at school early when we came,
Yeah.
and you're Jennifer.
Right.
Right? You're going to talk louder, and you're going to say, hi there. I don't want to embarrass you. All right, so what are you doing here on the computer?
Accounting.
You're doing the accounting. You're not playing Pac-Man.
No.
This is work.
Yep.
You do this every day when you come in?
Every day after school.
And you do what they sold today, you input?
Well, this is Caton's.
Oh, this is Canton's you're doing here?
Yep.
And they send it down here every day, or they bring it here? How does it get here from Canton, do you know?
They have a lady who brings it every few days.
Right, and so everything is, all the record keeping like this is right here.
Yep.
And what year are you in school?
9th grade.
9th grade? And you're running the computer for Dad here. Terrific.
Yep.
Terrific. Okay, well, are you the boss in the house?
Yeah.
Usually the girl is.
Mom.
Mom is. Oh, Mom is. Well, yeah, but you're second then, right?
Yep.
Dad's third, right?
Yep.
You got it. How do you like the new house?
That's okay.
You know something? I remember you. When you lived down the street, I stopped at your garage sale one time and I bought a couple of things from you. Yes, I did. Now I remember. Yes,
I don't
and you
know.
closed up right after I left. I think I bought everything out. Yes.
I wish.
Okay, so what are you going to do when you get out of high school? What are your plans? Do you have any yet?
I'm going to college and taking business courses.
Business courses?
Yeah.
Any particular field you want to get into in business?
I'm not sure. Maybe accounting.
You're accounting. I was an accounting major. It's a good field. You always can find a job. You may not, and if you may not want to work full time, there's always work for someone in accounting, you know. And so what kind of program this is your accounts receivable or sales and so forth you're working on?
I don't know.
I guess when you put it in, it goes into all of them, doesn't it? Inventory? Okay. So you like working on a computer?
Yeah.
Who's your computer teacher at school?
Mrs. Wood.
I don't know Mrs. Wood. I know John up there, and I know Norm Bono, and I know some of the other business teachers, but I don't know her. I guess I don't know her.
Well, she teaches math. I'm just taking the simple course now.
Okay, but you're working with Apple up there, correct?
Yeah.
And here you're working the IBM computer. Oh, is there anybody you want to say hello to out there in television land?
No.
Your best friend?
Somewhere on the telephone she's on.
Listen, hey, you can say hello to your best friend, whether it's Pauline or whether it's Harold. Either one. It could be Frank, wherever that guy is. You can say it, but we won't let you say it. Okay. Well, listen, thank you very much for talking with us, Jennifer, and good luck at school. And I hope you can get to that. What college are you thinking of? Any particular one?
I don't know.
You don't know, huh? At this time? You want to get away from home as far as possible, though, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Okay, we're back in we're going to now close off for good. Jack in the background here listening in to what his daughter is saying, and she'll have to answer to that later. And anyway, this is Bob saying...
Hello, everyone. This is Calvin Castine, our Northeastern Clinton Central School. It's Valentine's Day, February 14th, 1991. We're here for the final regularly scheduled game in the CBAC Junior Varsity Girls action. Peru at Northeastern. Well, the Cougars do have one more game to make up against Seton Catholic on the 15th. Terry Nutt brings it down for the Cougars. This is off to Amy Jo Perrier, and it's 2 in the scoring column for the Cougars. On the floor for Northeastern, there's a traveling. There's the ball back to the Cougars. Say Amy Dubois, surprise starter. She's up from the modified team. a few games back. Carrie Nutt, Lana Landry, Tammy Barnaby, Amy Jo Perrier, and that's probably everyone. Dubois, Barnaby, Landry, Carrie Nutt, and Perrier. Hopefully that's everyone. For the Indians, we see number 10 out there, Pam Dashnaw. Number 14 is Carrie Frederick. Number 12 is Beth McMurtry. 34 is Jill Sunderland. And wearing 25, a number we don't have listed, is some unknown player. We have 12 names on our list. There are 13 people on the team. So we'll have to find out at halftime who the missing player is. We did double check to make sure we had the same number as was on the list, so must be a late minute addition that was skipped the first time around. I always hate to miss a name, particularly when it's a starter and someone who gets a lot of playing time. We don't get to use their name. And that's half the fun of being on TV, and when people know who you are. Barnaby shot, rebounded by Sunderland. McMurtry brings it down. McMurtry will inbound it. Referees are Ryan and McKinley. Ball comes into Landry for the Cougars. She's guarded by McMurtry. Gives to Nutt. Stolen by Dashnaw. Rebounded Barnaby. McMurtry will inbound. Long pass up to Frederick. Sunderland will toss it in. Terry Nutt, nice job of staying in bounds. Gives to Barnaby. Ball comes to Peru and traveling called. Indians take it right back. Dashnaw drives up and in. We're tied 2-2. Landry could have passed it back. There's a shot by Barnaby, and it's 4-2. You have to have both feet and the ball across be considered over now, so she could come back. Layup by Sunderland. Steal by the Indians. Pam Dashnaw shooting. It's 5-4. We have 5 new Cougars in. Peru leading. Gadway, Jill Gadway, Michelle LePage, Jen Loudon, Amy Nutt, and Nikki Porter in for the Cougars. And Gadway hits. It's 6-5 Northeastern. Gadway comes out. And Amy Nutt banks it in. Cougars are pressing. Coaches, John Champagne for Peru, Steve Southwick for Northeastern. Dashna. Ball to Frederick, over to McMurtry. She misses. Rebound Porter. He's fouled by Sunderland. We have an all-30 lineup now for Peru. On the floor, 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. Those are the numbers. Rebound Loudon. And to go with the numbers, we have 31, Kim Banker, 32, Stephanie Green, 33, Becky Dalton, 34, Jill Sunderland, and 35, Jen Wilson. Stolen by LePage. And we're going to have a foul on Peru, number 31, Kim Banker. Michelle LePage will shoot. Dalton with the rebound. Sunderland back to Dalton. And Dalton banks it in. That's not any old Dalton, no, that's Becky Dalton. Nikki Porter shooting 2. Takes a second. (10-7). Ball comes into Gadway. 2 minutes to go. 10-7 Cougars lead. We're in the first quarter. Loudon rebounds. Gadway will inbound it. Minute and a half to go. Ball comes to LePage. Porter. And Nikki Porter banks it in. (12-7) Northeastern leads with a minute 10 to go. Blue ball. This is Natalie Aldous in for Peru, number 30. Basket by Steph Green. That's 12-9. Stolen by Porter, gets it to LePage. Michelle Page shooting a 1-1. Four-point lead. It's 13-9. See some blue shirts, some yellow shirts. You'll see some maroon, some white. And not sure what other color we have here tonight. That's probably going to be it. The basket to make it 13-11. This is the last home game of the year, and the Cougar varsity team is honoring, among others, the elementary league coaches and players. That's where the good Northeastern teams come from. They start them here in the 3rd and 4th grade. And they're going to be honoring some of the coaches and players here tonight prior to the start of the varsity game. The basket by Steph Green makes it 13-13. We have 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Nice hustle. That was Green with the steal. At halftime, it's Peru 13 and the Cougars 13. White team decides they want to throw the ball in. The carry nut comes over. They'll give it into Jolene St. Sauveur. Also on the floor for the Cougars, we see Samantha Blaine. Eugenia Zawatsky. And Tammy Barnaby. On the floor for Peru, we have Aldous, Banker, Green, Dalton, and Wilson. Banker will inbound it. Eugenia Zawatsky shooting. Basket by Aldous puts the Indians ahead 15-13. Cougars were unbeaten until about a week ago when they lost for the first time to Seton, and they followed that with a loss to Saranac. And they're playing Seton in a makeup game on the 15th, this game being played on the 14th. But in order for that game to have any meaning, they've got to win here. They can't afford another loss. Stephanie Green. Somebody in too soon. She'll shoot again. Rebound Zawatsky. Gives to St. Sauveur, up to Carrie Nutt. Back to Barnaby. Barnaby again. And a rebound is controlled by Aldous. Stolen by Barnaby. Barnaby picks off Wilson's pass and steps out of bounds. Now we have Williams in the game for Peru. That's Kalitra Williams. Zawatsky shooting. We're tied, 15 all. Cougars pressing. Zalotsky picks it off, gives it to Nutt. Barbie looking for Blaine. Blaine shooting 2. And the second shot is missed, rebounded by the Indians. And Sunderland brings it up. Frederick over to McMurty. McMurty back to Sunderland. Over to Dashna. Dashnaw's shot rebounded. McMurty. Around Amy Nutt goes to Porter. Stolen by Dashnaw. Rebound Porter. 4:44 to go in the first half. Frederick shot rebounded.